I'm not a course seller yet. I haven't sold my soul. But maybe eventually one day I will if trade doesn't work out. But essentially, I've been trading for about 3 years now. I've made good money on funded accounts. I essentially mainly only trade funded accounts. And right now I'm going through an FTMO 200K challenge. And the reason why I'm going with FTMO now is because other prop firms fucked me up. So I assume there's other people going through the same thing and maybe also doing a challenge or maybe haven't passed the challenge yet. So this YouTube channel here is essentially to keep myself accountable in journaling my trades and essentially being able to explain the trades that I'm taking so I know that I'm taking proper setups, and also to help people who are maybe going through the same thing or maybe not where I'm at right now, which is not very far yet, but that's a part of the journey. So I'll show you guys the top-down analysis that I do the night before. So I always mark up the charts before I go to sleep, before the day that I'm going to be trading. I don't mark up the charts in the pre-market unless it's just looking for intraday levels right before market open. So I do all my trading on, or my charting on TradingView, and essentially I start from the top down. So I'll start from the weekly, and obviously weekly is making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So I'm trying to take buys. Obviously there will be some sell setups, which I did take one today, which was just a scalp. And you can go against the trend, but just know that price can reverse on you at any point in time, so it's more riskier trade. So that was the weekly. So the weekly price is already trading up here at market open because we had that tariff news with Trump and everything like that. And then I was just looking to the left. So weekly, clearly there's just this level right here that was drawn up. And the way that I draw them is essentially where price made impulse moves or like bounced multiple times or had big reactions and price respected. So I started there. Weekly, that was the closest one that I saw. Everything else is kind of just probably more visible on the lower time frames. So I dropped down to the daily. And then, so this was the weekly one. The daily, I saw them below. So I usually try to draw levels like maybe 2 above and 2 below where price is already trading at. So this is the one below. So I drew this just because there was a bullish candle, bearish candle, and then you had a bunch of rejection wicks here. And you can also see that on the lower time frames, it also matches up. So important thing that I do with top-down analysis is make sure my levels essentially are being respected from like the daily to the H1 essentially. So that was from the daily time frame, this level here that matched up with the H4. And then another one below just in case price made a huge impulse down, which was probably not likely. And just clearly there's this one here. And then the one above that I was kind of targeting that I assumed price might go to, but it didn't today, is just this H4 level here. And you can see most people would ask like why I didn't draw it here. And it's because if you drop down to the H1, that is not the highest point that price tapped into before rejecting. So I just moved up here so it aligned with H4 and H1. And that's just so that me, like I trade price action and key levels, so I want to enter in as close to the key level as possible so I can protect my trade with a stop loss above or below the level, depending if I'm taking buys or sells. So that's how I marked up the chart. And then the trade recap I'll do on my MT5, which I'm trading on, and then I'll go through why I took some of the trades that I did. But this is essentially what that trading day looked like. This was the first position that I was in. I was taking buys off of a VWAP bounce and also an intraday M5/M15 level. You can see that candle formation that I circled. I usually enter on the second M5 rejection candle. So you can see there was one that printed, rejected a downside, and closed above that area that I drew up. And then the second bullish rejection candle that I see there. So bullish as in like that blue candle that's there. That one closed bullish, but then obviously it had rejection to the downside as well too with that bottom wick, which is usually the type of candles that I'm entering from. So fast forward, price is still developing and also maintaining above this intraday levels. So I'm still in this trade because it's respecting my support level. As you can see here, I think the M5 time frame is about to close like a strong bullish engulfing above this previous wick. And once this candle starts to close, then I'm more confident in holding my trade. But as you'll see eventually, this trade will start to go against me soon. Yeah, right now it's 7:13 a.m. PST, so 2 more minutes on this candle. Okay, so this candle closed, and as you can see to the left, there's a minor resistance level that was formed, that bullish candle followed by the bearish candle on the M5 time frame to the left. I think I drew an intraday level there that I wanted to see. Yeah, I just did that. So I wanted to see price here maintain above that level. And this is where my psychology kind of went against me, because this trade I was aiming to just pass my challenge with, because my TP was essentially 16,000, which is what I needed to get to 10% on this FTMO account. So at this point, what I should have done is trailed stops, or at least one of the positions that I had, since I stacked two. I should have trailed it either below this candle that's fluctuating right now, or at least had one of the positions that way, and then one at break even that would just be a runner essentially. Okay, so clearly price didn't respect that level to the left that I drew. You can see that intraday level that I drew just above. Price closed bearish back under that level, and we didn't break above, and we failed to break above. So now you can see that price essentially is going against me. There's a minor trend line or uptrend line that I drew on the M1. So once this starts to break, then I'm essentially exiting my position, because I know that price will most likely, even though we're bullish, will sell into the next key level of support that I'm looking to take a buy at. And I think this happens pretty soon. And also, if you trade candlestick patterns, then on M5, this is a double top that's forming. So this double top, price is starting to break on the M1, and this is where I'm exiting my position. So risk management wise, this was actually a good exit, but risk management wise in taking profits or securing profits, I should have trailed stops, like I said earlier, under that candle that broke above that intraday M5 level to the left. So now I exited my position, and right now I know that there's a next level of support that's nearby, and that would be a daily level of support, I'm pretty sure, and I think that we're going to sell into this. So I'm looking to take a sell position once price confirms that we're breaking this trend line here. Trend line and support level. And this would be a break the low setup in one of my in my playbook. And the reason why this worked for me, or what I've seen work in my playbook after journaling, is because price bounced off of this intraday level, failed to push higher, and then we started breaking below. So that just shows that essentially buyers were getting stopped out, and then we're going to the next key level that's near. Okay, so here obviously I took the sell position, just having my TP. Obviously you'll see me set a TP farther out to fill the gap to the left because we had a huge impulse. But in my mind, I know that price can reverse at any point in time, and this next key level that we're tapping into, this black line that you see, is a daily level of previous resistance now potentially turned to support, which I just call a key level because it can be either or. Is a strong point of where price can essentially reverse from. So that's where usually I try to maintain my trades a little bit tighter once price starts moving into that level. And also on the screen to the right, that's my FTMO challenge. So obviously this is a fucking demo account. It's not a live account, and I was already up 2%, so I'm trying to get to 10%. And I'm trying to do that quickly so I don't lose potential profits of making actual money on my funded account. Super strong bearish candle that closed on M5. And then this candle here is the one that was approaching this major key level. And this is what I was paying attention to see if price was forming a bottom wick to essentially reject this level of support. Holy fuck, I can't speak English. Reject this level of support and push up. And the other account that I had, that's my funded account, that's in the trenches right now, and that shit I just closed out because I am just taking profits because I don't want to risk anything on that account. Okay, so I exited, and then now I'm looking at this M5 rejection candle, and once this closes, I think, then I'm just going to be taking buys. And also, when I see the candle forming on the M5, I drop down to M1 to see if it also formed a bullish candlestick pattern. So in this case, it's a bullish variation, which is a bullish engulfing followed by another bullish candle that's closed above the previous bullish candle's high. Yeah, there I took the entry. And then see how I put the stops below this level of support? This is so that I know if price starts breaking this level, then once price closes below, most likely we'll keep going lower. So I don't want my stops any lower than that. And it also is protected in this case with this level of support. Yes, M5 close, rejection candle. Okay, so clearly price is cooking here. My buy entry is up around 64 points in profit. And at this point, the same mistake that I made on the first buy position that I took, price has now closed back into that intraday level that I drew at market open. And now we formed a doji. So I should have trailed stops below that candle, or at least trailed one and then moved the other position to break even and let it run. But I think I was way too focused on trying to pass my funded account or my challenge account as fast as possible, that I kind of threw away my risk management habits. Because usually I do trail stops pretty aggressively because I get fucked when I lose a lot, so I try to secure profits so my win rate is a little bit higher. And right now it's only around 50%. When it gets lower than that, around the 30%, I still am profitable because I have bigger trades that I hit maybe like a few times a month. But when I'm at the 30% range, then my psychology gets pretty fucked. See, so here clearly like this candle's pushing. I should have trailed stops under this candle. Okay, clearly price is not cooking right now. We were pushing to intraday level and closing above, but now we are rejecting. And price ended up consolidating for quite a bit, and usually at this point in time, my chair is shit. I laid down because I didn't give a fuck anymore. I moved my stops below those lows, and I got stopped out, and then price ended up fucking flying to my TP, and I would have passed my funded account, but I did not hold my position. So this is where like I can be happy with the profits that I made, and I'm happy that I trailed stops and secured profits. But also, I trade differently on my challenge account just because I'm trying to pass them faster. Because you guys understand, like, if you're taking 3 months to pass a fucking funded challenge, you're losing 3 months of market experience and also real trading where you could have made money and gotten a payout at that point. So that is also something you have to keep in mind when you're taking these challenges. So that was my trading day. It took 3 trades. One was break even and 2 winners. But my main problem today was not securing profits when I was up literally like 2-3 R. R is in risk to reward, so that was my problem today. I did secure profits, so I gotta be happy with that. But still things to work on. So right now my FTMO account, I'm up 4%, and I will, I guess, see you guys in another video. I'm not hiding anything. I don't sell the course. I'm not charging for anything. So if you guys are new and you don't have money to buy a course from these soul sellers, let me know in the comment section, I guess. And I'm open to making videos about anything to teach you guys about stuff, so it helps me as well too.